Book review on an autobiography, The Story of My Experiments with Truth by K. Ratnam. About the author, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, also known as Mahatma Gandhi, born on 2nd October 1969 in Porbandar. Parents Karamchand Gandhi, Putlibai Gandhi. Married at the age of 13 to Kasturbai, he had four children. Assassinated on 13th January 1948 at Birla House, New Delhi. Spouse Kasturba Gandhi. Known as Bapuji, Mahatma, and Father of the Nation. Methods Satyagraha and Nonviolence. The Story of My Experiments with Truth is an autobiography of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, translated by Mahadev Desai. An introduction to the story of my experiments with truth. The story of my experiments with truth carries a holistic approach towards life. The experiments done may be true as they cover many of the simplicities in life. It also gives a reminder of how simple and natural things matter a lot in life. These are also the ones that can make your life feel complete. As said by many, it is both a reference book and a story. This book includes various aspects like diet, spirituality, medicine, and non-violence, followed by Mahatma Gandhi. The story of my experiments with truth will take you to the time before India's freedom and make you see the world through Gandhi's eyes. What problem he faces and what solutions he found. An ultimate truth acts as a guide throughout the book, which results in the actions he takes. Everything presented in the story of my experiments with truth is in chronological order for a better understanding. All the chapters come with a title that provides a rough idea of itself. It has 5 main parts. The structure of Gandhi's autobiography is as follows: an introduction, 5 parts containing chapters, and a conclusion. The introduction describes his search for truth, and the conclusion summarizes it, demonstrating the overall message. Summary of the book. Part 1. Gandhi's birth, childhood, adolescence, and period in England are all covered in the first chapter. He had a great influence of his father and mother as a child. He is married to Kasturbai in a child marriage at the age of 13. They had 4 children. When Gandhi's father dies, a family friend advises Gandhi to study law in England in order to retain the family's high position. His mother is concerned that he may become disoriented in a foreign society. Gandhi takes serious pledges not to touch alcohol, meat, or other women in response to his mother's fears. He is now on his way to England. He returns to India after becoming a lawyer. Part 2. Part 2 details his experience in South Africa, where he goes to work for a law business. He is thrown off a train owing to color prejudice and he chooses to fight back non-violently. He establishes the Natal Indian Congress. Part 3. In Part 3, Gandhi deepens his spiritual practice of self-control by accepting the brahmacharya vow of celibacy. He commands an Indian hospital corps in the Boer War. He travels to India and stays with his guru Gokhale at the Indian National Congress. Part 4. Gandhi fights the Asiatic Department in the Transvaal, provides legal guidance to Johannesburg Indians in property acquisition disputes, organizes an Indian volunteer corps for the Great War. He talks about his religious studies diet trials, and his opinions on the Brahmacharya oath. Part 5. Part 5 depicts Gandhi at his most powerful political moment. He founds the Satyagraha Ashram in Ahmedabad, secures assistance for peasants in Champaran, opposes the Rowlatt Act, suspends Satyagraha when people become violent, edits newspapers, and convinces the Nagpur Congress to pass a non-cooperation resolution. Conclusion. Gandhi explains in his farewell to the audience that he never intended his autobiography to be an autobiography, but rather a story about life and truth experiments. Gandhiji says through this book, he wishes to narrate his moral experiment and spiritual experience rather than political ones. Review of the book. Mahatma Gandhi summed up his philosophy of life with the words, "My life is my message." In the year 1998, by a committee of religious authorities, this book was nominated as one of the best 100 spiritual books of the 20th century. I deeply moved by the significance of food narrated in M.K. Gandhi's My Autobiography, or The Story of My Experiments with Truth. The concept of hunger strike is an eye-opener to the present-day politicians. The concept of satyagraha and non-violence method in struggle against imperial power are always inspiring noble methods.